Hey everyone, it's been a while since I've held the camera like this, but in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys my new office tour. I've been holding it off. It's not 100% complete yet, but you guys have been asking about it, comment after comment, so I'm excited to share that with you. Also going to be sharing with you a nice $7,500 trade on AUDUSD that lasted about, I think, 2 hours on Thursday or Wednesday, I believe. I think it was Thursday. But stay tuned to the video. I explain it super in depth, so I think you're gonna learn something. Without further ado, let's jump into the tour. Ta-da! Absolutely in love with the floor to ceiling windows. So much natural lighting in here. It's unbelievable. I'll show you guys the view in a second. We got the monitor over here, nothing new. Got this monitor over here, which is new. I'll put the link to this monitor in the description as I did get it from Amazon. But yeah, the natural lighting and the view is just absolutely incredible. The beauty thing about that building is that's as tall as it is. So we're on the top floor. There's no way people can be in our view or anything. So that's unbelievable as well. But the natural lighting is just phenomenal. Literally love it. Still trying to figure out what we should do with that wolf poster. I was thinking of maybe putting it on one of these walls or decorating one of these walls with a nice little backdrop. But then Julia's got her little setup over here. She's an accountant, so she works from home multiple days per week. Sorry, the video cut out, but she's battling accounting over there. I'm battling the markets over here. So let me just take a little sneak peek out on the balcony of the view. I'll show you guys the rest of the apartment in another video, but for now, I'll show you the view and then we'll jump into the trade breakdown. Stunning, right? So it's actually the tallest point in the whole city, which is unbelievable. So we can see literally everything. So like I said, that's as tall as that building's gonna go. And then we got the nice balcony over here. So absolutely in love with this place, guys. Absolutely in love. There's a little station there, so let's jump into the breakdown. All right, guys, so thank you for meeting me back on the charts. This is going to be a wonderful trade breakdown that happened on Thursday, I believe, on AUD USD, banking over $7,000 in profit, I think 7,500. Beautiful execution, all called in the Discord before. We've been kind of waiting for this liquidity pool to get taken out, and well, guess what happened? It got taken out. So let's just jump into the video here. So as we're looking at price action right now on the daily time frame, you guys know I like to do a top-down analysis. You can see that we had come up into this high over here. Now this is an equal high at this moment in time, and you'll notice when I go down to the lower time frames, price actually stalled right here, creating buy side liquidity to be taken out of the market. We know when one side gets taken out, we have to go for the other. It's like a math equation, so just think of it that way. But anyway, I wanted to see this high get taken out. And if we look at DXY as well, you can see that we had this sell side liquidity pool over here, right? And this is an area that I did want to see the market reach for. So if I think DXY is going to take liquidity down here and then move up, what does that mean for Aussie? Aussie is going to short, right? If it takes liquidity up here, it's going to go here, vice versa for DXY because they move in the opposing direction, right? So once I move back to AU, let's just jump down to the lower time frame here and see what we're looking at. So on the 50-minute time frame, you guys know I trade New York session. So when I got on in the morning, I had seen this price action here, right? Liquidity taken on Asia, we moved up, and then we created these relative equal highs over here. Now, someone may argue that this had been swept, and yes, you're right, it has been swept, but with a weekly high, with a previous weekly high, I personally want to see it get taken out by at least 10 pips. So 10 pips is what I need to see it at least get taken out, because think of where stop losses would be on a previous weekly high. They're going to be more than a pip. That's exactly what we ended up getting taken out by, right? So let's just wait and let's just see what happens as price action develops. So you can see we start to break to the upside right now, right? And it's about 8:50 in the morning now. And all I'm looking at right now is the fact we had ran it more. We also have run London high. So we've ran London high liquidity and we've ran the previous weekly high. We have also created sell side liquidity in the opposing direction, right? So the market is literally setting us up for a beautiful short, right? And we have these lows down here to target as well. And some may say, oh, well, isn't this bullish right now? Right? Isn't this technically the bullish leg? Yes, it's a bullish leg, but you have to remember where we are in the higher time frame. That's what matters, right? So since we took a significant amount of liquidity, buy side liquidity on a high time frame, we're going to be looking for internal liquidity. So this most likely will get absolutely slaughtered because who's going to be buying in this big of a premium, right? We're in as much of a premium as it can possibly get, especially when we take a look at the 4-hour time frame, for example. Look, like who's buying up here when we've taken this out? If you look to the left as well, we also took a fill of this nice imbalance. So that's very, very nice. We're just adding confluences, right? We're adding confluences. So let's just take a look at what DXY has done in this moment of time, because it also played a huge part. So you can see now DXY has ran this low. Not only that, but it has come into an imbalance as well from this area of this greater higher time frame leg. Okay, so all the confluences are lining up perfectly for this short. Let's just switch back to AU. So now what I do in this instance, because we have ran such significant buy side liquidity, I'm looking for a lower time frame shift in structure. Now, I am very, very confident with the M1 time frame because I have been using it for years. I know how to use it. I know when to use it. And this is an instance where I had so many confluences stacked in my favor that I could jump down to the lower time frame. We ran high time frame liquidity. We're in a deep, deep, deep premium. DXY ran sell side liquidity. So I'm anticipating a move in the opposing direction. A lot of the time when these moves happen, when these big moves like this, where we run a ton of buy side or sell side liquidity, a lot of the times the market shift won't be very, very clear. It'll be a lower time frame move and we'll search for counterparty liquidity. So what I mean by that is the 15-minute break of structure, the 5-minute break of structure, it might not happen. It happened on Euro USD. Maybe some of you caught that trade. I posted it to my Instagram and a lot of you ended up catching Euro USD. It ended up giving a beautiful 5-minute break of structure. But the entry that I caught here was strictly based on the M1 time frame, the exact same entry model that I use for the 5-minute, 15-minute, but because price is fractal, I was able to use it on the lower time frame. So all I'm doing right here, I want to see an additional sweep. I want to see something like this. So I want to see a sweep of the original move over here. I want to see an imbalance break of structure. So I want to look for an entry within here and I want to look to take the market down. So that was my analysis. I wish I recorded this thing live because every single thing played out exactly how I wanted it to. I was talking to myself. You guys know I like to be super focused during my session. I was literally talking to myself. So let's just play this out. You can see we have that sweep. So now all we want to see is an aggressive move down, creating an imbalance. So right there is the break of structure, right? If we look at this price action right here, we had the consolidation, swept the consolidation, broke below it with aggression, right? We have that imbalance and I'll show you where I market executed. So right now you can see the candle close like this and I market executed right here. So this candle imbalance right here. This candle low to this candle low to this candle high, drag this across and you can see we clearly broke structure below this low. Let me draw that with a better line. We broke below this demand right here. And this is exactly what I wanted to see to market execute in these shorts. So I ended up getting a beautiful fill on this. I ended up getting in at 518, which was great. And then my stop loss was, let me check what my stop loss was. And my stop loss was 590. Okay, so I gave it a little bit of room just in case the market wanted to come up a little bit. If you guys remember in one of my previous breakdown videos talking about the M1 time frame, if I'm using the M1, I don't look to have skin tight stops like this. I like to give it a little bit of room because you're at risk of potentially getting swept. Now, my target was London lows all the way down here. I ended up closing this trade right here because we started to react from this demand zone and it wasn't worth, the extra pip wasn't worth me losing all this potential profit. But if I just play this out like so, you can see how beautiful this comes down. All right, so you can see we're starting to retrace very, very nicely. If we look on the 5-minute time frame, we did actually give a 5-minute entry right here off of this order block. If you wanted to catch this trade, that would have been completely valid because we're starting to break structure in the opposing direction. Again, some may argue, okay, but what about this area? This area should not hold if the analysis is correct. So entering here doesn't matter because all this is doing is tricking people into the market, right? And that's exactly what this area did. Think of the people that went for longs in this deep premium here that got destroyed, and pay attention to how extreme this move was, right? Because this was the real move, and then this corrective move up was the trap. So let's just continue to play this out. And you can see this is where I ended up taking profit, but it ended up dropping even more, and I'm okay with that. So you can see we ended up meeting that sell side liquidity target. And if we take a look at what happened on DXY at the same time, DXY took the low and rallied up. So this was all called in the Discord absolutely beautiful. I can pop that up here and I'll show the profit on the trade right here as well, just in case you didn't think I took it. And yeah, just absolutely beautiful, beautiful execution. Was so alert, guys. And again, if you were using the M5 time frame, this would have been the only entry right here. there was an imbalance entry up here as well, but in terms of getting a 15-minute break of structure and stuff like that, this won't happen 90% of the time when we run significant liquidity like we just did, because the market is going to need to rebalance very, very quickly, need to search for counterparty liquidity very, very quickly, and that's gonna happen with those lower time frame entries. So anything sub 5 when we run a big liquidity pool like this. And again, I had another confluence, right? One more time, I looked at DXY. Once it took this area and AU took the area that I wanted, then my plan had been completely met and it was execution time. So just want to add in, if you enjoyed this backtesting software, I've done plenty of videos on there, so I don't really have to explain it in detail, but if you are interested in it, 15% off code in the description. You can try it out for a week. If you don't like it, you can cancel the subscription, no charge at all. So this has helped me. This is how I've backtested so much with the M1 timeframe. This is why I don't second guess or anything like that, because I have consistently backtested so many reps on here, plus trading live. So if you're someone who wanted to learn how to use the M1 timeframe, then definitely get FX Replay, because you can just practice using it over and over again without using any live money, and you can get used to taking those reps. So yeah, if you do want to use that, click the link in the description for 15% off and use the code and you won't regret it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I love making these breakdown videos. I will be doing a sit down video, more of a psychology based video, tips and tricks, etc. on Wednesday. But you guys have been really requesting the breakdown videos, and this was a beautiful trade, so I had to make it for you. So what do I say at the end of every single video? Let's be 1% better every single day. I appreciate you all. Let's have an amazing trading week, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Take care.